its nuclear variants is going to be on the raw solar powered. This is one of the Days of Summer variants, and it's basically just a raw variant that's able to get nukes. Its second perk is that it reloads faster when the mag is low, but this is never really going to be that big of a deal for you because you're probably just going to reload whenever you like have the opportunity to anyways. With this gun having a long reload, I just try to reload when it's safe rather than trying to make sure the mag's low or waiting until I get the most out of the mag. I just reload when it's safe, so I wouldn't really be too concerned with that second perk. It is nice when it helps you, but it's not really a game changer in any way. I think this is one of the easiest variants to get a nuke with, in that the raw itself is just a very easy to use weapon because it has very like defined roles and what it's good at. It is a 491 rounds per minute, which is very slow for Infinite Warfare. It's one of the slowest weapons in the game. I believe the Volk is slower and the Wrecked like R3K variant is also slower, but this is definitely one of the slower weapons in the game. So it's not a very good reactionary weapon because of that. What I mean by that is you're not going to be able to like run into a room and react to like a few people and kill them quickly. It's really a weapon that you want to like hit your shots accurately and be like set up with. It's a 42 meter 3-hit kill even with silencer. If you don't have silencer, it's like 56 meters, but I'm going to recommend using silencer on this, so that's why I'm telling you the silence range. 42 for a 3-hit meter, or 42 meters for 3 hits is very, very good. It's very rare that you're going to be fighting fights that are longer than 42 meters, so it's pretty much always going to be a 3-hit kill for you even with silencer. Pretty much everything about this weapon is slow. Its ADS time, its movement time, its strafe speed, like everything is slow about this weapon. So I'm going to use the Merc rig with the Man-at-Arms trait, which allows you to move at normal speed regardless of which weapon you're holding. So that's going to help out a lot. But as far as attachments go for this, I'm also going to be using quick draw and stock to be able to aim down sights faster and strafe faster. It's going to be very helpful in the closer range fights where I'm not really set up as well. I'm also going to be using the ELO sight with the blue dot, silencer, and foregrip. Foregrip and ELO just makes the gun easier to use, and if we're going on a 25-player kill streak, I want aiming to be as easy as possible, and I just want to be able to focus on other things like map movement, the mini-map, like positioning myself well. So that's why I'm going to put ELO and foregrip on. You could get away without these attachments if you really didn't want to use them, but I just, when going on nuke streaks, like to make the gun as easy to use as possible for myself. For my perks, I'm just using Ghost and Scavenger, pretty self-explanatory. Gonna need a lot of ammo to go on a 25-player streak. I just never want to be concerned with ammo, and then staying off the mini-map is also great. Silencer and Ghost allows you to pretty much never be on the enemy mini-map, so you're allowed to flank easier, and it's just not going to give you away as much, whereas going on a 25-player streak, I definitely like to use stealth. This weapon is best used when defensively. You'll see a lot of times in this gameplay, I'm either like pre-aiming people that are coming into my sights, and I often have cover as well. Like I said earlier, it's not a very good reactionary weapon. It's slow to react. Your like fire rate's very low, so in close range, it's not going to excel unless you're already prepared for the fight and you have cover. And you'll see many times in this gameplay, like I said, I have cover in mid. I pretty much always have cover. And like when I'm flanking, I pretty much always put myself in a position of advantage to have cover. Or I'm just flanking, like I said, I'm behind them, so there's no way they can win the gunfight. I think I win very few like head-on 50-50 gunfights in this game. And even the gunfights I do get that are 50-50s, I often pop my reactive armor so it's no longer a 50-50. If you want to go on a 25-player kill streak, you want to have as few 50-50 fights as possible and just stack the odds in your favor as often as you can. Infinite Warfare is a very low time to kill, so you can die very quickly. So you just want to play around cover and flanking and just having the advantage as much as you can, because if you get in 50-50 gunfights, you're not going to win 25 in a row. That's very unlikely since it could go either way each time. It's very likely you'll get screwed over and die at some point. So I just like to play around cover with this weapon and take advantage of its 3-hit kill range, which is absurd. Its range is forever. Like I said, like it's 42 meters and you're rarely going to outpace that, but I think this weapon is best used at medium range because a lot of other weapons are better in close range. Like since this weapon is always a 3-hit kill, it's not going to lose out at like medium ranges, whereas something like the K-Bar or the E-Rad, all submachine guns in general, and most of the ARs don't have too high of ranges in this game, so if you can get into a lot of medium range gunfights where you have cover and you're pre-aimed for the enemy, you're going to have an easy time getting those kills, and you're going to have an easy time getting a nuke. Another thing I think I do very well in this game is I just play around the mini-map well. I know when to flank because I know when my teammates are covering everything, and that's when a flank would be safe. So yeah, just play off the mini-map well, look where your teammates aren't, and that's where the enemies are likely to be. So you could play around that. If you have a lot of teammates on one side of the map, the enemies are likely to be on the other side of the map, and if you know the map well, like I know Precinct very well, I know how the enemies are going to attempt to engage my team and where they're going to go on the map. This enemy team wasn't really flanking at all, and I took advantage of that to get a lot of clean flanks where I could just shoot like several people in the back while fighting no one on the way there. And if you can get that situation to occur, it's very like easy for you to take fights. Another thing I do well in this game, I think, is like run away from fights that aren't going my way, but before they actually get out of hand. And that's one thing you want to be able to do if you're going on a nuke, especially like in a game like this. I was the only one on my team really killing things. Like I wasn't in a rush in any way, so I was able to be very picky with the fights I was taking, and that's why this was very easy for me to get a nuke. Like I said earlier, I think the RAW is a very easy variant to get a nuke with, because the gun is very solid and you just have to play well around it. use cover a lot and just read the map very well, and this will be a very easy weapon for you to get a nuke with. That's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, my channel will be linked down in the description as well. It's Evolve Jake. If you enjoyed this video, you should check out my channel as well, because I make a lot of videos similar to this one that improve your play in first-person shooters. Subscribe to the Directors of Gaming channel as well, because there's a lot of great people on this channel that make great videos about video games, so if it's a topic you enjoy, you'll probably like this channel.